down and tell them, listen lads, this is the county semi-final. It's a game being brought on West Limerick 102 FM, and let's not have any sendings off.
I'm sure he's telling them on that game as well, but I think it's John Hanlon in fact that has got the blow. But in fairness, Hanlon drew out before that, and it was Dio O'Leary I think that made the connection with him. But of course rule states that...
So just got a note of the book, nothing too serious as we mentioned, as Anthony Donnelly is on the field of play now, wearing number 21.
Number 18, David Foley, was warming up for St. Sinnans. Of course, would play at full forward if John Hanlon wasn't to continue. But I'm sure that they'll be hoping that John Hanlon will continue. Did get a bit of a fist, and he's down for quite a while now. Bridget Down's team physio in there, of course. With John Hanlon trying to get him back to his feet. Also there is Ali Coffey, manager of Limerick minor footballing team, and also manager of St. Sinnans. It's going to be a hot ball, but in fairness, Tom McLaughlin was coming out with a ball just a couple of moments ago, and also that time as well, the halfback was coming out, I think it was Jason Stokes, I think he was coming out with it as well, and the work ethic of St. Sinnans to try and get the ball back off him, it's absolutely fantastic, and it's something we said as well about in the first game.
Here's the battle you were anticipating, Jared. Jason Stokes and Timmy Carroll. Timmy Carroll wins that battle this time. He's won a free, and Jason Stokes and Timmy Carroll just share a little smile at each other as county colleagues, of course, but today the best of enemies, if you like. The free then for St. Sinnans, taken by Mike Behan, down this near side towards John Hanlon, back to Hanlon again. Hanlon balloons this one, it's up into the air, it might drop favourably to Jamie Carroll. Anthony Donnelly's first touch is to send it out the far side of the field. Tommy Stack has it now, hand passes it across the centre, away come Drumcolour Broadford with it through Tom McLaughlin, the Rocket centre back. He's been fouled, and Jason Stokes is going to take the free, sends it down this near side of the field as Jason Stokes out towards Stokes wins possession of it back again, and Stokes under a bit of pressure has lost possession of it, but Ray Lynch is in there, wins it and plays it near side towards Mike Boyce. Boyce has a crossfield ball down the far side, looking to find Shawnee Buckley over his head into his county colleague and clubmate. That of course was Micheál Reedy, didn't quite break to him. Instead now Andrew Lane has it for St. Sinnans, back in his own 13 yard line. Timmy Carroll defending from deep, back towards Tommy O'Malley going through towards the 45, brought to ground, tripped, says referee Eamon Phelan. The free has been advanced a further 10 yards as well for descent, and at the moment it's St. Sinnans who are doing well against Drumcolour Broadford, 3-1. It's a very low scoring game. We've played 24 minutes bang on now of the opening half of this live 95 FM sponsored County Senior Football Championship semi-final for 2006, being brought to you on West Limerick 102. Mikey Clancy towards Jason Stokes down the far side of the field, 65 yards out over halfway towards the opposite 65, plays the ball forward, but it's his county colleague and opposite clubman Timmy Carroll that wins possession of it. Carroll, a huge ball inside, it's well gathered back there by Tommy Stack, and Stack now towards his centre back, that of course Tom McLaughlin near side towards Mike Boyce, and Boyce hand passes it off towards Ray Lynch near side of the field. The ball to Ray Lynch strikes this one inside towards the 13 yard line, it's easily gathered in there, and Damien Fitzgibbon across his own goal towards Timmy Carroll defending from deep, and Carroll plays the ball forward towards Owen Sheehy, far side of the field. Sheehy finds Mike Behan, brings it midway between the 45 and the 65, across towards Damien Fitzgibbon now towards Morris Fitzgerald on the 65, towards the opposite 65 with Diarmuid Carroll the captain, towards Conor Milan, the goal scorer of the last night against Monaleen, on the opposite 45. That's the Drumcolour Broadford 45. Conor Milan under pressure from Ray Lynch and Dio O'Leary. Milan does very well to win possession of it and wins a free for St. Sinnans, 45 yards out from the Drumcolour Broadford goal. He was put under savage pressure, and he did very well, in fairness to him.
He did, he kept it really well, and a good play from Conor Milan, but players seem to be hopping the ball and it just seems to be getting away from them, and I think they'd be ill-advised if they were to keep it. That gives Ian Ryan a chance from 45 yards out. No, in fact it's going to bring Andy Lane down. Andy Lane with the haircut, he's going to come down and going to take this one. Just
must have got a cut this week because he had long hair last week when we saw him.
Yeah, and he's going to take this one 45 yards out, just I suppose 10 or 15 yards to the left hand side of the goal, and he's going to try and slot this one over the bar for St. Sinnans. 4 points of the day, 3 points to 1 with 25 minutes of play here in the first half, in the second of the county semi-finals, and it's Andy Lane
it's
going to take it.
It's worth reiterating there's no breeze at all as Andy Lane strikes this one inside, breaks her in around the 21 yard line. The ball is bouncing inside, goal for St. Sinnans. Ian Ryan with the goal. The ball was bouncing around inside there. Ian Ryan got a touch to it and fisted it to the back of the net. That is just what St. Sinnans would have wanted. A lot of neutrals here will be pleased with that. 1-3 for St. Sinnans, a point for Drumcolliher Broadford. And well, Drumcolliher Broadford came in here as hot favourites. Questions being asked of them now by St. Sinnans. Well, just the start they would have wanted.
Exactly. That's 12 minutes it took it took St. Sinnans to get that score. The last score in 14-20. We just have over 26 minutes played now. But a brilliant ball in from and the centre forward hand passed it up, and Ian Ryan rose above with the goalkeeper Eamon Scollard and punched it defiantly so into the back of the net. Brilliant start for St. Sinnans, exactly what they would have wanted before half time. 1-3 to a point, and you'd wonder who have all the good footballers, St. Sinnans or Drumcolliher Broadford.
Well, it's looking like St. Sinnans at the moment. The ball is out on the far side of the field. Drumcolliher Broadford have a free on their own 45-yard line across on the far stand side as we look at it here in Newcastle West. The free is going to be taken down there. It's taken and sent towards Mikey Clancy. Clancy has it now. Back towards the free taker. That, of course, was no, it's still Mikey Clancy that has possession of it. Difficult to see the Drum Broadford numbers. They give it away, though, and St. Sinnans have possession of it now with Gerard Hanlon. Hanlon plays it back towards Diarmuid Carroll. Inside towards John Hanlon. Towards Timmy Carroll. Things not going well for Drum Broadford at the moment. Timmy Carroll's ball looks to find Paul Ryan down the far side. Won't quite find him. Instead, it's Mikey Clancy that wins possession of it for Drum Broadford. He had support from Ray Lynch. It's with Ray Lynch now in and around the halfway line. Lynch takes it towards the 45, the opposite 65, and passes it inside towards Shawnee Buckley. Buckley launches this one long down this near side, tries to find Micheál Reedy, asking too much of Micheál Reedy, out over the line ball on this near side in favour of St. Sinnans. West Limerick 102 bringing you live coverage of the County Senior Football semi-finals for 2006, live from Newcastle West in association with the Shannon House Bar and off licence and restaurant down there in Fines. Line ball taken from St. Sinnans. They win possession of it down this near side with Jamie Carroll, who has possession of it 45 yards from his own goal towards Timmy Carroll on the 65-yard line. Gives the ball straight away towards Mikey Clancy, who seems to be everywhere. Tom McLaughlin towards Jason Stokes. His first touch is terrible, and St. Sinnans win possession of it down this near side, clean off the ground, picked by Mike Behan. The referee Eamon Phelan has spotted it. He said, what can I do? You picked it off the ground, clear as day. Free is taken by Mike Bice down this near side of the field. Damien Fitzgibbon looks to win possession of it under a bit of pressure from Jason Ryan. Ryan does well to win possession of it for Drum Broadford, sends it across the centre with Michael O'Sullivan, strikes it in, but strikes it to the right hand side and wide, and the St. Sinnans fans near us here in our commentary box delighted with that. Wide number 3 now for Drumcolliher Broadford in the game so far. 1 goal and 3 points for St. Sinnans, a point for Drumcolliher Broadford. We've got 45 seconds left before the interval here. It's not lived up to the excitement of the curtain raiser, and it's St. Sinnans man down in the full back line, and a little bit of treatment for, I think, is it Damien Fitzgibbon that's down receiving a bit of treatment, but the game hasn't lived up to the pre-match billing. This was meant to be the game of the day, but certainly the first game, quality-wise, etc., outnumbers at 1-3 to a point. St. Sinnans lead Drum.
It has been very, very poor. You're talking about 5 scores in 30 minutes of play, and that's poor from any standard of football from both St. Sinnans and Drumcolliher Broadford. Sinnans won, mind they're ahead 1-3 to a point. Drumcolliher Broadford haven't even turned up. You know, Jason Stokes hasn't played, Theo O'Leary hasn't played, Tom McLaughlin, we've hardly mentioned his name twice. You know, Ray Lynch, I think, has kept him in it. Shawnee Buckley has been poor. You know, and they haven't even been creating the chances to try and get scores on St. Sinnans. Sinnans on the other half, they've lived up off the scraps. They're going to make another substitution. It looks like that Jonathan Hayes might come on the field of play. He's been warming up there for the past couple of moments. He'd come in, I presume, if Damien Fitzgibbon didn't come back to his feet, which he has.
Okay, but he's got a bandage on his left knee.
But they've been living off of scraps, and in fairness, they've done really well. And Ian Ryan's goal might be just the one that might separate the teams by the time this game finishes at 5 o'clock this evening.
Drum Broadford have it down the far side of the field with Micheál Reedy. Gathers possession of it across towards Jason Stokes. Stokes going through under savage pressure right in front of the goals. The referee watches closely as Eamon Phelan has blown the whistle. What's he given? I think he's given a free to St. Sinnans, and now there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on inside there. There's Conor Milan is on the ground. Didn't quite see what happened there, but something has certainly irritated the St. Sinan's players, because Conor Milan is stretched out on the ground looking for a bit of treatment. I didn't see what happened. I don't know if you saw it either. But certainly the St. Sinan's goalkeeper, Anthony Russell, was very irritated. The umpire on this near side has his hand out. He's seen something. So obviously something must have happened. We'll leave it to Eamon Phelan and his officials to decide what did happen. I didn't see it, but certainly Conor Milan is down.
And there was a bad row that time. It was, I think, about 10 or 15 players involved, 7 or 8 from both sides, and it was a pretty big punch-up. Conor Milan still receiving some treatment. Eamon Phelan going into the umpire. And now, I know he called Jason Stokes a couple of moments ago, but I think Stokes was miles away from what happened to Conor Milan. But we'll have to wait and see what action that Eamon Phelan does take. And Conor Milan still down injured. He would be a big loss to Sinans if he did go off playing 2 minutes of injury time now in the second half. Whether Eamon Phelan will do something,
he's consulted with the umpires.
I think he will, because we've had
there's been a bit of needle in it.
We have had a bit of argy-bargy just a little bit earlier on, and I presume he will take action now to try and stamp his authority. Is it Micheál Reedy he's calling? No, it's not.
He's gone past Micheál Reedy. He's calling Jason Stokes.
Well, no,
and he's gone for the notebook, and Ali Coffey is in there to speak to Eamon Phelan, and Eamon just says, listen, my umpire saw it, thanks very much, Ali, off you go. Ali Coffey's been told to go away and mind his own business, very politely, I'm sure, by Eamon Phelan. Timmy Carroll has been told the same as well.
He's trying to help out Eamon Phelan in case he wants advice, I'm sure, on what to do with Jason Stokes. But
Jason Stokes being spoken to, number has been noted, and Eamon Phelan having a nice long word with Jason Stokes. And
it might only be a yellow, you wouldn't know what he'd do. As I said, we didn't see the incident, Liam.
No, and we'll have to watch the video of it again. It's red
card.
Jason Stokes has been sent off for Drumculloher Broadford. I didn't see what happened. It was an off-the-ball incident. He obviously flattened his county colleague Conor Milan. That's the only thing we can take from it. But one thing is for sure, Conor Milan was down receiving treatment, and Jason Stokes has been sent off. Big blow for Drum Broadford, trailing 1-3 to a point.
Absolutely fantastic. We're on the door of half-time. It couldn't have came at a worse time for Drumculloher Broadford. I don't mean it like that, but it probably might put this game into a little bit of life. And you always see the teams that go down to 14, they rise their game that bit more. Maybe it might be the kick in the backside that Drumculloher Broadford needed.
Well, the referee Eamon Phelan is out there. There's another incident after happening. Dermot Carroll is down this time looking for treatment. It's turning very niggly and whatnot, and this should be a quality game of football. These are allegedly two of the best teams in the county. As Dermot Carroll is down, the referee is going to award a free, I think, for Drumculloher Broadford on the 45-yard line, or else he might throw it up. No, he's going to award a free. Micheál Reedy is going to take it 45 yards out from the St. Sinan's goal. Sorry, John.
Again, going back to that, whatever happened with Jason Stokes, was it what he done to Conor Milan? Because I definitely thought he was a million miles away from Conor Milan. Or was it what happened in the row? Did he strike a blow in the row, or did he give a kick or something? We'll let you know at half time. We'll ask a few more people.
We'll clarify it at half time for you.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's a strange decision. In fact, I thought he was miles away from Conor Milan, being quite honest with you. But it's the St. Sinan's centre back, Dermot Carroll, their captain, is down injured. And he's fairly well sore, I think, at the moment. He's been down for quite a while, as we've had a lot of stoppages in this game, and I'm sure Eamon Phelan will play nearly 4 or 5 minutes. He's already played 4.5, approaching 5 minutes of...
we could see another couple. I think he's injuring. He's saying to Ali Coffey that Dermot Carroll is going to have to come off, I think. I think coming off for a minute, because half-time we're down the door of half-time, so... Whatever will happen, and it is going to be Jonathan Hayes is going to take off his top and going to come on for Broadford are well and truly up against it now for the remainder of the game, I can tell you, because
5 points down.
5 points down to 14 men as well. Moss McCarthy and company will have a bit of thinking to do at half time.
They'll have to rejig it somewhat, because
Dermot Carroll, by the way, is back to his feet. Not quite sure if he's going to continue, I think, till half-time at least, and referee Eamon Phelan has awarded a free in favour of Drumculloher Broadford.
Vital free for Drumculloher Broadford. Try and get a score back now after getting a man sent off, and just push a bit closer before half-time.
And Micheál Reedy is going to take it. He's about 43 yards from the goal. He's pretty much level with the right-hand upright as we look at it here from our vantage point in the uncovered stand. Here comes the kick from Micheál Reedy. It's trailing, it's dropping, but it's well gathered there by Andrew Lane and sent out the far side of the field now now as St. Senans come away with it down the far side of the field, looking to clear their lines is the wing back Owen Shee. He doesn't quite do so, and instead it's with Timmy Carroll now across the centre. The hand pass goes not to hand though, as it's a free, I think, in favour of Drumculloher Broadford. It is a free in favour of Drum Broadford. Micheál Reedy wanted to take it quickly, was prevented from doing so, and referee Eamon Phelan is just telling Micheál Reedy the exact position to take the free for him. It's no more than 30 yards out from goal. It's pretty much in line with the left hand upright as we look at it from our vantage point, and Micheál Reedy will be hoping that this will go over the crossbar and give Drumculloher Broadford only their second score of the game, believe it or believe it not.
Injury time.
And we're deep in injury time. We've played 6 minutes so far of injury time in the opening half. Here comes Micheál Reedy, lines this one up, Ronan O'Gara like, takes a few steps backwards, a trot towards it, kicks it in, it's high, it's over the crossbar, and that is Drumculloher Broadford's second point of the game, and both of them have come from frees, and there's been 32 minutes between the scores, Ger.
Yeah, that just tells you how poor this game has been, and Micheál Reedy relying on Micheál Reedy for 2 scores from frees.
Eamon Phelan is calling for the football. There it is, half-time whistle blows. A very unentertaining first half, a poor first half to, let's call a spade, a terrible first half of football here in Newcastle West. St. Senans 1-3, Drumculloher Broadford 2 points, but Drumculloher Broadford down to 14 men for the remainder of the game. They're up against it.
They're well up against it, 1-3 to 2 points, as you say, and we just see anyway light back for them, but half-time might just come at the right time for them, but definitely Jason Stokes is a mammoth loss. I think he's what Paul O'Connell is to the Munster rugby team, to what Jason Stokes is to Drumculloher Broadford. He's a massive loss for them. He's their playmaker in the middle of the field. He's been sent off for some kind of an incident that we don't know about, and
we'll try and get a bit of clarification about it now.
It's been all Senans really in this first half, and that goal from Ian Ryan might just well separate things at the end. It's 1-3 to 2 points. Drumculloher Broadford getting their first score after 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and not getting their second score until 7 minutes into injury time, 37 minutes gone on the clock, and Micheál Reedy getting his second point from a free. It's been very, very poor, to say the least.
So there you have it. It's half-time here in Newcastle West in the second semi-final of the Live 95 FM sponsored County Senior Football Championship, being brought to you on West Limerick 102 in association with the Shannon House Bar down there in the main street in Foynes. They'll all be happy down there at the moment. At half-time, it's St. Senans who lead, 1 goal and 3 points, 2 points to Drumculloher Broadford. Come back to us for full second half coverage. Don't go anywhere.
Sunday Sport on West Limerick 102 in association with AIB Bank, serving your community with branches across West Limerick.
Is shortly going to get underway. St. Senans and Drum Broadford are both out on the field ready for the second half action. Drumculloher Broadford have made a substitution. We'll inform you of that in just a moment. We'll let you know when we know what it was. We'll let you know. So the second half, as I say, pretty much ready to get underway here. The half-time scoreline sees 1 goal and 3 points to St. Senans, 2 points to Drumculloher Broadford. There's 4 points between the sides. The second half is underway, and straight away it's Maurice Fitzgerald for St. Senans down the far side of the field to Jamie Carroll, and Carroll has it 65 yards from his own, from the Drumculloher Broadford goal, going through towards the 21. Hand passes the ball inside now towards John Hanlon. Doesn't quite get to it. Ian Ryan goes out. Doesn't get to it either. It's gone out over the line ball across on the far side of the field, going in favour of St. Senans, and it's going to be Maurice Fitzgerald who's going to take this one. Down there across on the far side, Mike Behan in fact is going to take it now. Maurice Fitzgerald left it to Mike Behan. Behan takes it towards John Hanlon. Hanlon hand passes the ball towards Jamie Carroll, goes through under a bit of pressure, loses possession of it. Eamon Phelan has blown the whistle, a foul by John Hanlon, and the referee has awarded a free. It's going in favour of Drumculloher Broadford, and a chance for them to clear their lines.
Change on the Drumculloher Broadford team. It's John O'Kelly on for Jason Ryan in the corner, so that's John O'Kelly on and Jason Ryan off.
Thanks very much for that, Ger. As
the Drumculloher Broadford man goes down injured, and it's going to be John Hanlon, in fact, is going to get a yellow card. And it's just since players would want to be very careful. It's 15 against 14, and
referees have a tendency to try and even things out. I'm not saying that Eamon Phelan would do that, but they have a tendency to try and do it.
50-50 cases, they might well just do it. So I think St. Sinnans would want to play with a word of caution in the second half, and it looks like that Conor Milan is going to be that extra player for St. Sinnans, and he's operating somewhere in the region of between his own full back line and his own half back line, predictably so, where he would be operating. And if you've just joined us, it's the second half of the county senior football semi-final. It's St. Sinnans a goal and 3. It's Drumcolor brought for 2 points, and Drumcolor Broadford have been reduced to 14. Jason Stokes being sent off for an incident involving Conor Milan and himself, and by all accounts Milan should also have been booked on that occasion, but that's just word from few supporters around us. An incident between Conor Milan and Jason Stokes, and Stokes has seen red and he has gone to the sideline, and it looks like Kevin Culhan will also come on for Drumcolor Broadford in a couple of moments time. Well, he was going to come on, and presume, if the Drumcolor Broadford man didn't come back, and he's come up from his injury, so Kevin Culhan can sit down. Play continues, and it's Drumcolor Broadford 65 yards off from their own goal.
With Tom McLaughlin in possession of it, he's been fouled by Jamie Carroll. Referee Eamon Phelan has awarded a free. It's going in favour of Drumcolor Broadford. Tom McLaughlin to take it on the 65-yard line. Plays the ball, sends it down this near side. The extra man, Conor Milan, plays it towards Owen Sheehy. Doesn't quite win possession of it. Instead, it's Ray Lynch, sends it down this near side of the field. Drumcolor Broadford have it. That's number 17, John O'Kelly, that has it now. Sends it across the centre. Here come Drum Broadford going through. Tom McLaughlin plays it off. That was Dio O'Leary. In fact, the ball is inside. The referee is awarded a free. 21 yards out from the goal. A foul on Michael O'Sullivan. Referee is awarded a free. The free is going in favour of Drumcolor Broadford, and it's a chance for Micheál Reedy to reduce the deficit to just a single goal. 1-3 to 2 points. The score here at the moment in the second half of the Limerick's Live 95 FM sponsor County Senior Football Championship semi-final for 2006.